Welcome back to our next session of the topic Cell, the unit of life. We have already discussed about most of the organelles of the cell, but the most important organelle of the cell is nucleus. Now, why it is considered as the most important organelle of the cell? This is because the nucleus controls the activity of all the other cellular organelle present in the cytoplasm. And moreover, nucleus contains the hereditary material called chromosomes, which are responsible for transmission of hereditary characters from one generation to the next generation. The nucleus was first discovered by Robert Brown. When Robert Hooke had discovered cell, he considered the cell to be dead. But when nucleus was discovered by Robert Brown, the cell theory proposed that all living organisms are made up of cells which are living. The nucleus is a double membrane structure, as you can see in the diagram. It is a double membrane structure. The outer membrane, called nuclear membrane or nuclear envelope, it's not smooth or continuous but interrupted with numerous pores. These pores are called as nuclear pores. It is through this nuclear pores that exchange or transport of materials takes place from nucleus to the cytoplasm or from the cytoplasm to the nucleus. Next, the nucleus has, as we said, made up of four components. The nuclear membrane, the ground substance is called as nucleoplasm. It has the other structures such as the chromatin network and the nucleus embedded in it. The nucleus is a dark stained body found in the nucleoplasm of the nucleus and is responsible for ribosomal, or that is the RNA synthesis and protein synthesis. The most important part of the nucleus is the network of very delicate, thin, thread-like structures called as chromatin network. This chromatin becomes thick thread-like at the time of cell division. At that time, it is called as chromosomes. Why it is so important? Because it is this chromatin network which at the time of division forms chromosomes are made up of the nucleic acid DNA, deoxyribonucleic acid, and histone proteins. Moreover, the chromosomes have got segments, specific segments called genes, which control a particular hereditary trait or character. It can be, for example, the color of the eye, the color of the hair, the shape of the nose. That what I mean to say that whatever hereditary trait of a human being, it is lies in the genes and which are transmitted at the time of crossing over. Next, we come to protoplasm. What is protoplasm? Protoplasm is the living matter or the living substance of the cell, which consists of nucleus and the cytoplasm. The cytoplasm, as we have already discussed, contains the cellular organelle except the nucleus. Together, the nucleus and the cellular organelle are called as protoplasm. The protoplasm also contains organic and inorganic compounds which form the fats, proteins, carbohydrates. Protoplasm cannot be analyzed chemically. Why? Because as it is taken out from the cell ceases to be living, because protoplasm means nucleus as well as cytoplasm. Next important topic is the prokaryotic, the terms prokaryotic and eukaryotic. What is prokaryotic? Pro comes from the word means primitive. When we talk about the cell in its primitive stage, the nucleus was not well defined. In my previous class, I had discussed some or given information about the prokaryotic cell found in the members of kingdom Monera, that is bacteria, and blue-green algae, also known as cyanobacteria. Prokaryotic cell means the cell with a primitive nucleus. Nucleus is not well defined, not having any membrane-bound organelles. The nucleus is just defined by a single strand of DNA, no nuclear membrane, no nucleoplasm, and nucleus. Whereas eukaryotic cell, we have the animal cell and the plant cell. Why they are considered the eukaryotic cell? Because the nucleus is well defined. In this, you can observe that the nucleus consists of the outer membrane, nuclear membrane, nucleus, nucleoplasm, and chromatin network. Membrane-bound organelles are present, and the ribosomes also are of larger size. So that's all we have discussed about this chapter. If you have any doubts, you can write your doubts in the comment section and I will answer to it. Thank you. Just copy down these diagrams. Nucleus, consisting of the 4 components: nuclear membrane, nucleus, chromatin network, and nucleoplasm. Over. Wait a minute. We have the chromatin fibers, which contains the hereditary material. At the time of division, this chromatin network forms chromosomes which are joined at a particular point called centromere. Chemically, they are made up of the nucleic acid DNA or RNA and histone proteins. Next, we have the prokaryotic cell and the eukaryotic cell. These are found in the members of, as I have discussed, kingdom Monera. Plant cell is also considered as a eukaryotic cell. The nucleus is well defined. We have the animal cell. Let me underline the animal cell. This is also considered as a eukaryotic cell. Since in the diagram you can see the nucleus is well defined with all its other organelles. When you compare the plant cell and animal cell, you find that certain organelles such as plastids, which are found in plant cell, is absent in animal cell. Centrosome found only in animal cell, not in plant cell.